So we launched AI scripting yesterday at Patchworks, and as a technical CEO who doesn't code anymore, I love it because I can suddenly start coding again that much more easily. So let's have a quick look at it then. Something we often get asked for is EDI. So EDI messaging is like an older form of messaging between different platforms. And you'll find that we have a no-code, low-code mapping shape that allows you to map between JSON, XML, etc. But an EDI file is a very odd file we're about to see. So why don't we go into our scripting shape? So we support lots of different languages in our scripting, as you know. In fact, if you really want a different language, let us know. We can configure in any language ultimately for that. So I'm going to call an EDI 850, which is a purchase order to JSON. Let's put a test in there. And now, if you want, you can click create and just go straight through and create the script yourself, as always. But you can actually ask our Patchworks AI to do it. So I'm going to say, write me a script to convert these messages from EDI 850 based on this specification to JSON using entity names like supplier ID where appropriate, because there are no entity names, as you're about to find out. If I click on provide an example payload and then copy a payload in, this is an 850 message example. As you can see, it doesn't really make any human readable sense. So if I click generate, that'll go off and generate a script for me. So there we have a script. It's appeared. If you want, you can go into please add more comments. You can ask the script to be changed, but as it is, I'm going to accept this and see how it works. So accept script. There we go. Right, so I can actually test the payload. So if I put a payload in here, there we go. If I want to, I can go down and run the script, and it's kicking out some JSON there, which is great. So we have a script, it's been deployed. Why don't we build a process flow? So go into process flows, I'll create a new flow, I'll call it test EDI 850 and create. Excellent, there we go. And so as you know, effectively this is our flow builder. You pick these shapes off of this menu of shapes that you have. I'm going to do a manual payload. I'm going to put in that EDI 850 message. There we go. And then I'm going to pick the script shape. If I can find it, there it is, under advanced shapes. And it's purchase order to JSON, save. And if I run that flow, there we go. So you see the payload from the first manual flow is that one, and then the payload for this one is now properly formatted JSON. Look at that, all works very well. And you could actually ask the script AI to go to a certain format. So this could be a really nice head. You know, one of the things we can do from here is we can go on and call other flows. So we quite often split, or we find our partners splitting flows into heads and tails. So the tail flow could be the ingest into the ERP system, and then the head flow will be, picking up the different formats. Ditto, if you wanted to, instead of that, you could just basically move it down into one of the normal routes, or you could add in a mapping shape now and map this into another system. So there we go, very quick demo of our new AI scripting.